So kind of in an offseason where Devontae Adams wanted more money, Tyreek Hill wanted more money, these guys got traded, right? And another offensive weapon, Deebo Samuel, who arguably might be one of the best offensive weapons in the league. You can put him pretty much anywhere on the field. He's a different offensive weapon than Tyreek Hill, but like I would say they're both up there as far as like top offensive weapons. So recently he unfollowed the San Francisco 49ers on Instagram. Got rid of every photo that he had with a 49er apparel. And then reports came out that he wants $25 million a year annually. And a guy like that, he definitely knows how much he's getting. His body's taking a beating, carrying the ball, catching the ball, returns, everything. You know, he definitely knows his worth.
Right.
And he wants to get paid before, you know, who knows what can happen with a guy who touches the ball as much as he does. You know, we've seen the running backs who've had carries to, 300 carries and gotten hurt and, never were the same again. So he definitely wants to get paid before, God forbid, anything happens to him. But $25 million a year is what he reportedly wants annually. And so recently the 49ers have been actually hearing offers because they want to, if they are going to trade him, they want a haul of draft picks. Sound familiar?
Yes.
So the question is, and a report actually came out right before we got on the show tonight that one of DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel, AJ Brown could be traded by draft night. One of them could be traded. So with Deebo Samuel, $25 million is in the ballpark of what we offer Tyreek Hill, which Tyreek Hill declined because he wanted to be the number one highest paid receiver. Which we didn't match that. So my question is, it's speculation. No one's linked us to Deebo Samuel at all, but speculation. We've talked on the show how we haven't spent really any money since we did the Tyreek Hill trade. And we were like, why is that? And we're talking about a need of a receiver. We might be drafting one in the first round. But let me put this to you, JD. Would you trade the picks that we got from the Miami Dolphins for Tyreek Hill? Would you trade those same picks and that same deal to the 49ers for Deebo Samuel, who is 2 years younger than Tyreek Hill, who will be paid less than Tyreek Hill, and is probably one of the most dynamic offensive weapons in the NFL right now? Would you trade the same picks that we got for Tyreek Hill? Essentially a Tyreek Hill for Deebo Samuel swap, essentially.
Right. Personally, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Interesting. Why is that?
We waited so long that now, because of the draft, I'm just looking at the flexibility what the draft gives you with all these draft picks. Okay. And a guy that you had the same thing, $25 million a year for this guy. And the thing is, if you're talking about moving up and maybe getting a receiver, and look, we got some guys in the room and you want to get a guy for a long-term deal. And the thing is, I like Deebo. He is absolutely a weapon, no doubt about it. And it's just me personally. That's my personal check. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, we got these draft picks for a reason. Okay. There's some things we have not moved on. Okay. There's needs that we have that we need to fill. And I think those draft picks will at least fill some of those holes. That's how I feel about it. And maybe weeks before the need for the player, maybe if it was thinking about it. But we're so close to this thing. All the picks for it, I don't know. And paying him $25 million, I don't know. To me, I'm like, hey man, look, just wait. Just wait. See what we got, who's going to be there. And then, we'll let just fall as they may. But I look, Deebo, without a doubt, is a talent. No doubt about it. I know they offered that to Tyreek. Tyreek has been here. We know what Tyreek can do. We know what Deebo can do. Different players, but I think the Chiefs at a certain point was like, when they said, hey, you know what? You want to go out here on the market? Go ahead. And I think it's in their thinking, they was like, look, we can wheel and deal in different ways where we're not giving up everything. I think we got a sweet deal, man, from the Dolphins. That's how I look at it. I know everybody does all the picks and this is how it's projected and it's really this pick. And look, you never know what you're going to get in the draft, right? It's kind of like one of those things, it's a crapshoot. But hey, look, you might find some really good guys. And I said, like right now where we have it, free agency addressed on the defensive side of the ball like we should have. And so I think we got to go and deal with that in the draft. I think we do. There's a lot of talk with different guys coming in. You know, we were talking about Bradbury and all, those guys coming in. Well, here we are, a week and a half away from the draft. I don't know, man. This is me. Okay. You ask me, this is my answer. Everybody might disagree with me all they want to. That's why I didn't really like Cordell Patterson. He's a guy to me. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I'm good with that. That's just me. If I'm the guy making the decision, I'm like, look, let's just wait. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if we're gonna give up all the picks. Now we might do some willing and dealing, but let's make sure we get a deal. And I think they've been stingy enough all this time to say, let's wait for the draft. Because that's the way I look at it. So,
okay, so let's say draft night comes. Some of the guys we wanted aren't there. It kind of looks bleak at the edge, the receiver. It comes to our 29th pick.
Yeah.
You trade 29, one of the second rounders, and was the fourth, one of the fourth we got for Deebo. But the thing is, we still keep our first, we still keep our second.
Right.
We get Deebo potentially, let's say in this trade. Would you do that or no?
Yeah, and then you still got future drafts. Future picks that you could kind of will and deal away if you wanted to. Right. I don't know, man. I had to look at it. Yeah, and then look at it. What do you think? I don't know. So I like Deebo. I like Deebo.
Forget about the draft picks. Let's say we know we have Tyreek Hill on our roster. We know we can't sign him next year.
Yeah.
This whole Deebo thing plays out. Forget the draft picks. Swapping Deebo for Tyreek Hill. Where would you say that? Knowing 2 years younger, he's going to get paid a little less than what Tyreek Hill, a little less.
Yeah.
Would you do that still? No.
No, and here's why. Here's the reason why. Because of Deebo running the football puts more hits on him. Okay. I think Tyreek, and I'm just looking at his build and his makeup. I think he's a guy that could last a long time in this league because he didn't really take a whole lot of hits. He just doesn't. Tyreek, matter of fact, that's why he's able to maneuver around guys because he's like, I'm not going to get hit. You are not going to just tattoo on me like you want to. And so I think he played really intelligent. It's really headsy to not take the hits. And so I think Deebo, because, he's utilized so much in different ways that I don't know, it may catch up with him. Shelf life, man, for those guys, as a running back and a receiver and all of those, hey, it may not be long. That's why he wants the 25 now. And he deserves it. He deserves it without a doubt. He deserves that money. And I think it should be signed for it, So that swap, I don't know. 2 years younger, but hey, look, man, this thing is league. You never know how it's going to work out. So
yeah. It's a 2022 model, but it's got like 60,000 miles on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It depends on what type of car you're riding too, right?
The Deebo thing, and what you're talking about Tyreek Hill, I think that's what you pointed out. He has done a great job since he's transitioned over to being a full-time receiver. Mm-hmm. If you watch him his first 2 years, and then what he was this past year. When he gets to a situation where he's about to get tackled, he does a little juke and he goes out of bounds. I mean, he does a great job avoiding the hits or the unnecessary contact. He just goes out of bounds. I mean, you're prolonging your career with those unnecessary hits.
Hey, man, look, it's an executive decision, right? It's a career decision. I'm not going to get hit like that. I'm going to run out of bounds. I'm not going to do that. I need to last as long as I need to last in here to be effective for my team. And sometimes what you see when guys play hard and whatnot, that you start taking some bruises and some beating. We see it in different guys, and tight ends, running backs. God is starting to run the football, kind of a lot. It starts to take its toll on the body. So that's the reason I say that. But I like Deebo. Don't get me wrong. I like Deebo a lot. Like he's a heck of a player. I love to have him. The thing is, we won't pay that. A ticket and give, I don't know. Me personally, like I said right now.
Hypothetically though, how would he fit in this offense? Would he fit well in this offense?
That's the thing. I think he would. A guy like that, man, he'll fit anywhere. I mean, we're gonna make it work. So we did that. Guess what? I'm just tear the page out of the book. Let's start drawing some things up. And so you got masterminds back there, right? You got Reed, you got Bieniemy and Nagy, man, they'll figure it out. I would. I'm like, look, this guy's here. Now we know what we're gonna start. We're gonna start promoting this guy. We're gonna have to. You ain't bring him here for him to be, just to look good. We paying him $25 million. We want him to play. So we're gonna feature this guy. So
if you're paying a guy $25 million, I think, not that I've read or anything, but with the Nair situation, they want to pay a guy who they're using as a battering ram all over the place, $25 million a year. I mean, it's like if you have that Lamborghini, that fancy Lamborghini, you're not going to take it on a road trip somewhere. That's more of a Sunday. It's a nice breezy day, a nice warm day out. You're going to take the Lamborghini out, top down. That's not the car you go on a road trip with.
No, we ain't going off road with this. We're on the Autobahn. We're going fast, right? That's what we're doing. So, hey, it doesn't make any sense to do that. So that's why to me, it just makes sense. The reason, and I'm looking at it, it just kind of with a guy like Tyreek, because you know what he can do, and you know what he's doing to defenses. Hey, that guy to me, I think guys like that. So, I mean, the question is, and really it boils down, who's the better player, right? Who's the better player? Who do you say is a better player between the two?
Between Tyreek and Deebo Samuel?
Yeah. No, hey, listen, it's your time, your opinion. Let me hear you. What do you got?
Think overall, as a football player, I would say Deebo Samuel, because you can line him up anywhere. Like you said, you can use him. He's an offensive weapon where you can line up anywhere. Yes, with Tyreek Hill, you can do that as well, and we've seen that in the backfield. But you can't. You can put Deebo Samuel and he'd be a top 5 running back in this league. He's a top 5 receiver. Based on what we've seen, the sample size of him run between the tackles, taking an outside jet sweeps. Lining up as your X receiver, lining up as your slot receiver. I mean, you can use them all over the place. Yeah, you could do the same with Tyreek, but it's the other aspect of being able to run between the tackles with him. 4th and inches, the Niners are putting him back there and running trap power with him.
So, okay. And this is what I looked at. So to me, it's kind of and I know E was saying it's kind of gimmicky with a guy like that, right? How long is that going to last, having him run between the tackles that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing with that, right? I mean, it looks good, and he's utilized this way for the time being to get what you want. How long is he going to be able to last in the league being that guy is the question. That's how I look at it. So.
Well, a guy like that, 5 to 8. Okay, let's say 5 to 8 carries a game from the tailback position. Mm-hmm. I think that would be enough. I mean, and that's the thing. We have let's say he was on the team. We have CEH. We have Ronald Jones now with this team. We don't really need to use him in the backfield that much. Maybe 3 to 5 carries a game. Maybe just situationally. I mean,
I tell you what. If I'm a defensive coordinator, they give the ball to Deebo. Light his tail up. That's what I'd be like every time. You see this guy? He gets the ball, you light him up. He gonna tiptoe through the hole. Every chance you get. Hat on it, put your hats on him. We're gonna get him out of running the football. That's how you do it. Lay it. We used to say Rydell Hammons, or that shut. Put that shut there Rydell on him. That'll soften him up a little bit. So that's how I look at it. That would be my philosophy. Like, look, we're going to do it. And, of course, Tyreek, you had to, adjust to the things he was doing. But, yeah, man, look, Deebo, without a doubt, man, is a talent. I love it. And as a matter of fact, remember we had this conversation maybe a month or so ago about Tyreek. We was talking about, do you utilize Tyreek like Deebo? Well, no, they two different type of players. Now, jet sweeps and whatnot, reverses, makes sense, right? You definitely you want to outflank the defense, right? Get them to the outside. That's what you want to be able to do. Deebo has that skill set. He could get in between the tackles. That's fine. To me, shoot, I don't know. Is he going to be able to keep taking that type of punishment, right? So that's where I look at it. But man, he's a heck of a receiver. He can do it all. He can do it all. Swiss Army knife, man. He's got it. So.
And player comparison, the guy we talked about last week with the big hands, Treylon Burks, player comp, Deebo Samuel. So, and based on mock drafts, he might be at that pick. Based on a lot of mock drafts, he might be there at one of our 2 first-round picks. So,
right. So if you get him, then that Deebo, that's out the corner. Plus, you save money. You get more people. Money goes a longer way.
Yeah, for sure. What's funny about the Tyreek Hill, last thing on the Tyreek Hill Deebo thing, Coach McDaniels actually said 2 weeks ago they plan on using Tyreek Hill like Deebo Samuel. So I thought it was funny because we had that question, and he said they plan on using him like Deebo Samuel. So I'm very interested to see how they use him because, as we said, you can't run him between the tackles like Deebo Samuel.
Right. And the thing is, if they try it and they take a hit, they're going to realize they got $30-something million on the line, and then they're going to be like, look, we don't want to do this. But sure, we got Waddell and Hill. Let them torch defenses in a different way, okay? We pay running backs to do that. Let them guys tote it. Let them guys get it. So
well, they used to pay running backs like that, but not anymore.
Not anymore. But I look, if I know I got, like you said, a Ferrari, I ain't taking him. Hey, I ain't taking him off road. For what reason? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, no. Get out of the car, right? Hey.
It'll be interesting to see if they do it. Let's say San Francisco does pay him the $25 million. Are they good? I want to see how often they're going to put him in the backfield because they have Eli Mitchell, who looked amazing last year, was a steal in the 6th round.
Right.
But will they use him? Will they use him less in the backfield? They have to. $25 million a year.
Yeah, man. Listen, $25 million a year, and you just got to pick and choose when you're going to do it, right? But like you said, maybe the 8 or 9, trying to get to the playoffs and whatnot. Okay. Yeah. Hey, commodity, we're going to use you. But once you start seeing that $25 million is sitting over there and you sitting over looking at your Ferrari and they throwing mud on it and you trying to take it through the heels. No. No, sir. Somebody better make an executive decision. We're not going to do that. Get him out the backfield. No, that's my money. Out of here. So.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's like one of those things. Like, it's not gonna. I feel like for last up until this offseason in the NFL, this year's been the most like the NBA in the NFL season because in the past, like you always hear rumblings of guys always unhappy, he wants out, and then they end up staying with the team. This year, it's every time it's like Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. They end up leaving their team, and Deebo's upset, and who knows, he could end up leaving the team. So I don't know. Never say never right now in the NFL anymore.
Shoot, brother, look, it's the same old story. Players want to get paid and owners don't want to pay them. Bottom line. And that's what it is. And so now if they get guys for cheaper, they're going to try to do it. And yeah, guys you say he stopped. Isn't that the craziest part? Like, stop, you unfollow your team, take all your pictures and stuff down. I told you, man, it's relationships, right? It's a relationship. It's a breakup. All of a sudden, you take your girlfriend's picture down, and you stop following their mom. Don't answer, the phone call. It's like, what's going on?
What was your version back in the day for you guys? What was your version of unfollowing the Instagram page for a team? Like, what?
Back in the day, was guys just weren't calling back, or what they would do, they would change their number. So a team comment, man, I thought his number was such and such. Well, he got a new phone, right? And so he had to go through the agent. Well, he got a new phone. Well, he's over here doing this. And so that was like, look, y'all handle that. Y'all handle that part of it. And then they would have, like, of course, the position coach or somebody trying to be in your ear, or the head coach call you, like, hey, man, what's going on? What's the deal? Like, man, look, these contract mans are crazy. And right now we're not really seeing eye to eye. Like, what's going on? But that's what I loved. What I loved about kind of back in that day is people were kind of upfront a little bit more, like kind of going to the owner or the GM, like, look, man, like, what's going on, right? It wasn't always on, Twitter or social media, and it wasn't always that. There was always doom, knock on the door. Hey, what's happening? Tell me what's up. Talk to me.